Hey everybody, my name is Colby Smith, and for my personal project for Electrical Engineering 301, I did an entire electrical system for both the car of the ambulance and also a house wiring system for the ambulance. So come up here and I'm going to show you something. So up here on the roof, I've got solar panels, 300 watts. We learned about how much power consumption that is in class. And if I come back down off of the roof, we can come inside here and I'll show you the circuits that power this big rig here. So we'll look in this cabinet right here. We have the electrical cabinet. I'm going to start off by talking about the car circuit, which was probably the most work in this process. All of the cabinets themselves have lights in them, and I've wired a switch so I can turn on this light so that we can see inside. So in this cabinet, you see all these wires here that come out of these huge bundles. All of those wires go to the things like brake lights, the ACE, reverse lights, any kind of electrical that you'd need in running a car. A lot of it gets wired back through here. I've got a thick cable that runs from the car battery. It goes to a solenoid, a large capacity solenoid. And then all of these little black things that you see here are diodes. And through a system of diodes and relays, which are down here, I was able to rewire all of the car. So all the lights work, the brakes work still, thank goodness. And everything still works. I even had time to put some switch in this cabinet. And another cool thing is, I'll turn this off. I wired it so that if any cabinet is opened, there's a light in the cabinet. The light will be turned on as soon as the cabinet opens. Thank you to my beautiful assistant. Go ahead and shut it, babe. So, light turns on, cabinet's open. Boom. And that works for all the cabinets. We've got one down there, one there, and one in that corner as well. If we look on this half of the cabinet, we have the house circuit. So over here we looked at the car circuit, which was a system of diodes and relays, which I wired up all together to make the car run and the lights work for driving. And over here is the house wiring system. And because this is a camper conversion, we're going to need things like stoves, fridges, fans, chargers, all those kinds of things. So all of those will run on this circuit, and it starts on the roof where these wires come in. Those are from the solar panels. They come into this charge controller right here. This charge controller feeds through this big switch into this big lithium battery. Now the battery is 170 amp hours at 12 volts. It took a lot of research to make sure that was going to be sufficient for the needs, and also plenty of research to make sure that the solar panels would be able to charge the battery throughout the day. So all of the power consumption, everything that gets used to the house, comes through this wire into this fuse block. We've got a few things fused in already. We have things like house lights. I've got those on a switch right now, so I can turn those off and on. House lights. And then we also have, where'd the switch go? Right there. Outdoor lights, which my lovely assistant will show us. Got those on a switch, they can go off and on. Come back inside. Now that is the majority of the project. The last thing I wanted to show you guys is in here in the cab. There used to be a huge console in here, which had all of the wires and the buttons and the switches for all the emergency lights and all of those kinds of things. Right there in the center, you can see where it used to be screwed in place. Took that out, had to rip out a bunch of wires. You can still see some remnants. And then I wired in a volt gauge and a charge gauge on my car batteries. And that reads how much battery the car batteries have left and how much they charge off the alternator. And a few other lights a few other things I wired in that are useful while driving. So I'll go ahead and take you that back. So that's my project. I spent many hours on this. Took a long time, did a ton of research. I only started 2 fires, but I didn't burn our ambulance down. So it was a success. Anyways, that's my project. Thanks everybody for watching. Bye.